Let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever been in a real estate transaction where everything was going smoothly and then one unexpected legal issue showed up and slowed the whole deal down? I'm sure you have. It could have been a boundary dispute, a surprise lien, a contract misunderstanding, or worse, your client calling you in a panic saying, "Should I get an attorney for this?" Well, if you're a realtor like me, you already know legal issues don't just cost time, they cost trust, momentum, and sometimes the deal itself. What if you could walk into every listing presentation with a built-in legal safety net for your client and for yourself? That's exactly what Legal Shield allows you to do. As realtors, we wear a lot of different hats, right? Advisor, negotiator, educator, problem solver. But there's one role we shouldn't be playing, and that's legal expert. Clients don't always realize how many legal questions come up during the buying and selling process. Can I break this contract? What does this clause really mean to me? What if something shows up after the closing? Am I exposed to legal liability here? And when those kinds of questions come up, they often turn to you first. And Legal Shield gives you a professional, affordable solution to say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not an attorney, but I've got one for you." So let me share a quick story. A realtor I work with had a listing where everything was on track until a buyer raised concerns about a property boundary, and this happened just days before closing. Normally, this would mean scrambling to find an attorney, paying hundreds of extra dollars up front, delaying the closing, and a lot of stress for everyone involved. But this realtor had already offered the seller a Legal Shield membership, during their listing presentation. So the client picked up the phone, called their Legal Shield law firm, and had answers that same day. No panic, no blown timelines, no finger pointing. The deal closed on schedule, and the realtor turned out to be the hero in the story. So that's not luck. That's preparation. When you introduce Legal Shield at your listing presentation, 3 powerful things happen. First, you instantly differentiate yourself because most realtors talk about marketing, photos, open houses, pricing, strategy, but very few talk about legal protection. When you do, you stand out as someone who thinks ahead and protects their clients beyond the sale. Number 2, you reduce risk and liability. So when clients have access to an attorney, they get accurate legal advice, fewer misunderstandings happen, and fewer emotional decisions derail deals. And what that means for you is fewer situations where you get pulled into something that really isn't your role. And 3, you get to build long-term trust. Legal Shield doesn't end at the closing. Your client keeps on getting contract review, real estate document support, access to their attorneys for life's everyday issues. So you're not just the realtor who sold them a house, you're the professional who helped them protect their future. And here's the best part. Most people assume legal help is expensive, they think it's intimidating, and that it's only for emergency. But Legal Shield flips that script. So for about the cost of a dinner out each month, your clients get unlimited consultations with the law firm. Yes, unlimited. Contract and document review, letters and phone calls made on their behalf, and peace of mind before, during, and after the transaction. So instead of telling a client, go find a lawyer and I hope it doesn't cost you too much, you're saying, here's an affordable legal resource you can use anytime. Now that is real value, my friends. One thing many people don't realize is that buying or selling a home is one of the biggest life events where legal protection really matters, especially when it comes to your family, right? So anytime you move, change assets, or go through a major transition, it's the perfect time to ask, do I have a will? Is it up to date? Here's the truth. Most families don't avoid creating a will because they don't care. They avoid it because they don't know where to start or they assume it's expensive. With Legal Shield, clients can have a will prepared or updated by an attorney as part of their membership. So no searching, no big legal bills, just guidance and peace of mind. And for many clients, that ends up being one of the most valuable parts of the membership, because it's not just about protecting a transaction, it's about protecting the people you love, right? So I know what you're thinking right about now, but this does not have to be a complicated, process for you. You simply say something to your clients like this: part of how I take care of you is making sure that you're protected legally, not just during the sale, but beyond it. I offer an optional Legal Shield membership that gives you direct access to a real estate attorney who you can contact and reach out to whenever questions come up. Many of my clients love having that kind of peace of mind. That's it. No pressure, no hard sell, just leadership. And the other thing I want to be very transparent about, because professionalism matters, when I offer Legal Shield, it's not just a benefit for my clients. We as realtors can also choose to be compensated for sharing it. And here's why that, actually makes sense. Realtors already recommend inspectors, we recommend lenders, title companies, and other service providers every single day, right? Legal Shield simply allows you to offer a legal resource that genuinely protects your clients, and if they decide it's valuable, you're compensated for making that introduction. There's no obligation, no pressure, and no change to how you already serve your clients. The value comes first, always. It's one of the few ways to ethically add income while doing something that you should already be doing, and that is helping your clients protect themselves, right? So if you're a realtor who wants to stand out in your listing or buyer's presentations, you want to protect your clients and your commissions, you want to reduce stress and legal guesswork, and add real value without adding complexity, then it's time to take a serious look at Legal Shield. The next step is simple. Get back to the person who shared this video and just schedule a quick overview to see how this fits seamlessly into your current real estate business. Start offering more protection, not more paperwork for your clients. Be the realtor who's remembered long after the closing. Because in real estate, the best deals don't just close, they're protected. Thank you very much.